and Dr. Suvara Nagyot, the Vice, Vice Director of IBSC in Administration. I really appreciate what have you done to drive IBSC until get successful. All level of the studies, bachelor degree, master degree, and philosophy of doctor, especially in international program. As I am one of the personnel in IBSC, we realize that whenever the college got new director, new administrator, but I still give encouragement to the administration to drive the IBC to get successful. Whoever coming to be the administrator, director, vice director, they should realize that they are the important person to contribute to the IBSC activity to bring IEC to know well in many countries, many places. For studying Buddhist studies in MCU, Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya University, in the very beginning, we provide just only Thai program. So many lecturers who got the degree from abroad, but never use English for the teaching at all. Until IBSC, International Buddhist Studies College, gets established, it's a time to running international program using English as the major um, language to running the program. In general, we have only instructor in giving in Thai. So whenever we have an English program, so the faculties, lecturers should improve their English. So the faculties, members, and lecturers in MCU, they have a very good English proficiency as they graduate from abroad. basically we got invited, the lecturer from India. But another part of the study is the practice, vipassana meditation or insight meditation. Most of our vipassana master, they are um, speak in Thai, so they are they have to improve themselves for giving the vipassana meditation practice in international program. However, in IBSC, we have the development of the road of the working or the teaching program. So for the vipassana practice that provided by IBSC, normally we invite vipassana master from Myanmar. We have to looking for the vipassana master who can communicate in English. So the lack of the vipassana master is a very long story. So we also both vipassana master in Thai and in English. We still need more this manpower. As the vice rector of MCU in the special activities, Dr. Surapon Suyapo mentioned about the vipassana practice in MCU. So at the very beginning, three faculties of MCU, we bring all three faculties together for the retreat. So the faculty members bring the students from three different faculties in MCU to the temple Wat Patanta Asaparam in Chonburi. The, the most venerable Patanta, he's have passed away. So basically, vipassana practice starting from walking meditation and sitting meditation in the classroom. But when we bring all MCU students to another site, like a Wat Patanta temple, we have to follow their program. We also invite the Vipassana master from Myanmar, Than Vairojana, to give a talk and suggestion for the practice. We need to prepare a lot of things for international program, especially for Vipassana practice. This is just for follow the regulation of MCU. The student have to practice Vipassana before graduated. The King Rama V give the suggestion for MCU to emphasize on studying in Tipitaka studies since the established of the MCU. The advanced level of the Buddhist study we got very kind of helpful to the student from the Somdet Maha Asapa, teaching about the Vipassana and the result of Vipassana, so-called Yana 16. That's why we have to follow the policy of MCU to include the meditation practice or Vipassana practice to the curriculum for all faculties. So study the theory in the classroom or even practice in the classroom in MCU, they have to join the real retreat for the certain time, certain days for each curriculum. This is the story about the studying, especially study and practice Vipassana since the MCU got establishment until now. So the major output of IBSC to support MCU is that IBSC produce or create the Vipassana Master in English program. So to train the Vipassana master in English program is not that easy, even from the temple or from university. So the Thai Sangha in each temple, they also provide some meditation retreat in each temple. So it is some amount of Vipassana master provide the meditation practice in each temple. And the problem of Thai's Sangha in Vipassana practice is that some Vipassana center have to close because of lack of Vipassana master. To establish the Vipassana center is very difficult. But some Vipassana center have to close or have to stop the program as they cannot find the Vipassana master to run the program. So the Thai Supreme Sangha Council emphasized the temple to provide a Vipassana master or Vipassana center um, for each province. If we're talking about Vipassana practice, it's not belong to a single nation, but belong to everyone as the international. If we think about since the Buddha announced the Buddha's teaching, asking the monks to go to different places to propagate Buddhism, Prasona and Prauttara, coming to the Southeast Asia until to Thailand. Until now, IBSC, they are major. They have IBSC have a major task of running the international program, of course. Indeed, IBSC give accreditation to Myanmar as there are some distinguished Vipassana master in Myanmar. They give the suggestions and training in Vipassana practice to let the practitioner understand and give a big faith to the practice. So the institute have to train students to have a good knowledge and be able to practice correctly, especially in practice. So vipassana kammatthana or vipassana meditation or insight meditation related to provided by many institute in Thailand. For example, Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya and Mahamukutrajavidyalaya. There are two kinds of studied Kantatura study about the theory how to, and Vipassana Tura is the practice. In Thailand, we have very most venerable in the past, like namely Pra Ajahn Man, Pra Ajahn Fan. They are so called forest monk in Thailand. They are also emphasized in Vipassana practice. Of course, normally Thai people they are have the practice and they have very uh, kindness to share merit to do good merit to the monks. But if we go to foreign country, so the activity Buddhist activity will be different. Sometimes we can get invited to teach or give instruction for Vipassana master in other countries. So very beginning of the MCU, starting from Mahata Temple in the Bangkok. Once long time ago, since the abbot of the Mahata Temple, the President Council of MCU, he gave the the ideas to establish the International Buddhist practice nearby Mahata Temple in Bangkok. There are so many foreigners joined the activity, including the MCU students. So in the year of 2491 Buddhist era, the most venerable, the abbot of Mahata Temple got invited to go to teach uh, Vipassana practice in England. He said only one Vipassana master can run the program for the retreat. So in the past, to travel to Europe is not easy. So it takes really long time for the traveling. He used the same way for practicing falling arising, concentrate or contemplated of the breathing from the movement of the abdomen. He would like to invite some of Thai Vipassana masters from Thailand to go to England for arrange arrange the Vipassana retreat in England. So the abbot of Mahatha Temple, he's running the retreat in England from the year of 2501 to 2503 Buddhist era, and there's some political issue. He got arrested to the jail. However, the initiator by the abbot to give the training or practice in Vipassana in England, this is called the establishment of the temple in England, Puttapati Temple. At that time, some of the Vipassana master not really good in English, but they can teach, they can give, or they can show how to practice. Of course, they got supported by the interpreter to translate for the communication to the practitioner. He also allowed the practitioner for an interview, asking some question whenever they would like to discuss to the master. This is very impressive to the practitioners. So I think this is very important things that Vipassana masters should have this qualification to be a part or to give a good willing to the practice, to the sharing ideas, or they are very kind to meet the practitioner. The abbot of Wat Mahata at that time, his name Luang Po Chodok, or Most Venerable Chodok. He had a very tight schedule for the Vipassana practice. He always spent his time to the practitioner. So uh, English is not a big hindrance for him actually. As there were some interpreter translator to help for the practice. So if we're talking about Vipassana Center in Myanmar, most of Sayadaw or Vipassana master cannot speak English, but they can arrange Vipassana practice for foreigner. Of course, they got supported by some of the volunteers, interpreters. This is just an example for the reason why we need to improve the Vipassana master. In the past, the practitioner will bring interpreter to the temple for the practice, but at present, it's not. It will be different. So, of students coming to study in the college, but the college should provide properly and friendly to the foreigners. They should prepare for the faculty to have the good lecturers who can communicate in English. For MCU, we provide both the theory and practice. I have been worked in Vipassana Dura or meditation practice for many years. We need to invite the Vipassana master from abroad, as we have not sufficient numbers of Vipassana master in Thailand. So if Vipassana Dura Institute of MCU ready and very this is the pleasure of the institute to provide the Vipassana practice to people who are interested in. IBSC is one of the college that's outstanding, and as a symbol of the international college running by MCU, and should be a leader to bring the study or the practice to other countries. And IBC should bring this international point of view to many countries in the world. But we need to develop gradually, step by step. In the international aspect, from Thai Sangha, Dhammaduta, or the monks who are the representative and got awarded to propagate Buddhism to other countries, we call Dhammaduta, or the Buddhist missionary. And they're trying to develop Vipassana master in each temple in abroad as well. This is very good opportunity to have discussion, Dhamma talk with all of you. IBSC students of IBSC, you are very important as you are the outstanding who sharing or shining the Buddhist studies to other countries. Whenever the monks got invited to other countries, you always get asked to teach meditation. This is very common. So if you have the opportunity, and you should prepare yourself to be ready to teach whenever you got invited. We we should be ready and contribute to this activity. Please try to, as much as possible, may, may the triple gems share the best wish to all of you as the virtue of the King Rama V who established this university, MCU. Wish you all be happy and get improvement in every work, both of your studies in pariyatti or theory and patipatti or practice, to be successful. Everything in the good wish will be accomplished. Sadhu. ยากมาก
Thank you to most venerable once again ครับขอบพระคุณครับผมนะครับนิมนต์ลุกขึ้น please stand up to pay respect to most venerable ยังไงถ่ายรูปก่อนนะทำไมไม่มีใครมาแก้ตัวอะไรช่วยแก้หน่อยต่อไปขอนิมนต์ถ่ายรูปเฉพาะผู้บริหารนะครับคณาจารย์นะครับกับพระรัตนาพระเดชพระคุณหลวงพ่อนะครับขอเรียนเชิญท่านอาจารย์รองศาสตราจารย์ดร.สุรพลสุยพรหมท่านผู้อำนวยการวิทยาลัยพุทธศาสนาชาติป IBSC ท่านรองผู้อำนวยการอาจารย์พระมหานันตกรนะครับกับคณะผู้บริหารทุกท่านอาจารย์ดร.สุวรานาคยศนะครับทุกท่านขอบันทึกภาพกับท่านองค์ปาถกพระเดชพระคุณหลวงพ่อพระพรหมพัชรวิมลมุนีเขาบอกให้ผมพิมพ์ภาษาไทยก่อน So kindly invite all the lecturers of IBSC นะฮะเชิญอาจารย์ ครับสาธุนะครับครับกับขอบพระคุณพระเดชพระคุณหลวงพ่อพระพรหมพัชรวิมลมุนีที่เมตตาเดินทางมาปาฐกถาพิเศษนะครับในหัวข้อการส่งเสริมการปฏิบัติวิปัสสนากรรมฐานสู่เวทีนานาชาติ Once again, I would like to take this opportunity to sincerely thank Most Venerable Associate Professor Dr. Pra Brahma Vachara Vimala Muni for presiding over and delivering the speech on promoting Vipassana meditation at the international level. So while we are waiting, as Most Venerable just mentioned about how IBSC has been promoting Vipassana. Okay, while we are waiting to settle down the stage here, may I invite Mr. Ati once again to kindly play the musical instrument while we are waiting. เชิญสตาฟเตรียมไมโครโฟนไว้ด้วยนะครับ About 5 minutes while we are preparing for the stage and invite อาจารย์ Dr. Surapon to deliver the talk. เชิญครับThank you very much Mr. Ati นะครับครับเพื่อไม่ให้เป็นการเสียเวลาลำดับต่อไปขอเรียนเชิญเจริญพรท่าน อาจารย์รองศาสตราจารย์ดรสุรพลสุยพรหมรองอธิการบดีฝ่ายกิจการทั่วไปแต่ก่อนที่จะเชิญท่านอาจารย์ขึ้นเวทีก็ขออนุญาตรับชมวิดีโอ presentation พร้อมกันอีกรอบหนึ่งนะครับเชิญครับ
The International Buddhist Studies College. The International Buddhist Studies College, under Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya University, is dedicated to promoting Buddhist education at the international level and developing Buddhist knowledge in harmony with the modern global society. The college has set a clear direction in its mission to foster peace and harmony in society under the vision to deliver wisdom and virtue through the cultivation of mindfulness and concentration in order to create a peaceful society. To fulfill this vision, the college operates through 4 core missions, as follows. 1. Cultivating wisdom. Conducting research and developing Buddhist innovations to meet the needs of the global society through collaboration with academic networks both domestically and internationally. 2. Cultivating Buddhist potential. Nurturing knowledge, awakening, and joy within humanity by elevating mindfulness, wisdom, and virtue to build a truly peaceful and sustainable society. 3. Building a harmonious society. Delivering genuine peace and happiness to communities of diverse backgrounds through the promotion of mindfulness, wisdom, and virtue for the sustainable development of a peaceful society. 4. Building global community. Joining hands with the international community to share and spread mindfulness, wisdom, and virtue toward the realization of lasting world peace. These 4 missions reflect the commitment of the International Buddhist Studies College to act in alignment with the philosophy, vision, and mission of Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya University, which aspires to develop wisdom and virtue for the establishment of a truly peaceful and sustainable society.
Wisdom for the world.
ขอเรียนเชิญเจริญพรท่านอาจารย์รองศาสตราจารย์ดรสุรพลสุยพรหมรองอธิการบดีฝ่ายกิจการทั่วไปได้ขึ้นสู่เวทีนะครับหัวข้อที่ท่านอาจารย์รองสุรพลท่านจะบรรยายในวันนี้คือวิทยาลัยพุทธศาสตร์นานาชาติเหลียวหลังแลหน้านะครับขอเรียนเชิญเจริญพรท่านอาจารย์ครับ So may I kindly invite อาจารย์ Associate Professor Dr. Surapon Suyaprom, Vice Rector for General Affairs, to kindly preside over the stage and deliver the speech on International Buddhist Studies College, looking backward and looking forward.
ขอการนมัสการท่านผู้อำนวยการวิทยาลัยพุทธศาสตร์นานาชาติพระคุณเจ้าทุกรูปด้วยความ
Pay respect to all the venerables with my deepest respect. Pay respect to the vice director and pay respect to nuns and all the professors. Greetings all the students, all the IBSC students. We have translation, right? So I can communicate with you directly. I would like to congratulate to IBSC, where you can facilitate the education for 12 years in a row. And in the Thai zodiac, we have 12 years. And today is a 12 years anniversary, means that is very important one when we're turning around to the 12 years. And normally, I don't know how to translate this in English. When every 12 years round, on the year 13, they will change quite a lot. And this is the norm for Thai tradition. And this is a big step as a man from young boy turning into a teenage. The change in many systems, for example, hormonal change many sensings. And as I have believed that IBSC now stepping into a 13 year, perhaps there will be something. Um, he's taking care of the buildings, construction works, and he was assigned to taking care of the accounting, and he has a contact the accounting team that we're finding a way to just renew the university in order to improve it to be better. We have set the goals to change, but for IBSC, I'm not there to suggest you anything because IBSC has already well developed. But just like in the morning, the director of IBSC has report director that today we are going to learn a new lesson of the management work that we have been done for 12 years. And may I be a part to give some suggestion if in 12 years, if we are going looking back, what do we have as the outsider views? And if I looking forward from now until the future, and or even tomorrow, recording is looking forward. Is there anything that we would like to do? We going to learn some lesson. So if we're looking back, we have learned Buddhist studies together. There is one of the Buddha statue. He also looking back. This is called Nakavaro. I'm not quite sure what it's called. In Theravada tradition, like in the last vasa of the Buddha, where he spent his vasa in Vaisali city. In Thai, we call Paisali. And after the rain practice, he's going to enter his Parinirvana, that city not far from Kusinara. And on the day, the Buddha was walking and receiving in Vaisali. And there is the first time in the history that the Buddha was looking back. And in that morning, he was looking back. When he was leaving the Vaisali town, he's entering some village. I'm not quite sure what's the name. Perhaps it's called Pandakam. There is some hidden agenda that even the Buddha he was looking back. That's why we have the Buddha statue, that the Buddha looking back. And Bhikkhu asked, "What are you worrying about?" I'm not sure if I remember it correctly or not. And the Buddha replied, "As long as human and animal all being still not clear in the noble Dhamma, the Sila, concentration, wisdom, and liberation. As long all beings still not clear about the noble Dhamma, human still engage in the cycle rebirth continuously. So means that the Buddha still care for human. That's why they still create the Buddha looking back, where the Buddha turning to look behind. I thought that they only have in Theravada tradition, but actually they have in Mahayana tradition in Japan, a Japanese temple located in Kyoto. The former they also create the statue of the Buddha looking back, and the statue called Mika. How it's matched. The Buddha in Mahayana scripture also have the Buddha looking back. Even in Theravada, we call Nakhavaloka. Please confirm with me. Even the Buddha in Theravada and Mahayana tradition still turning back. And what about who you are? Why are you still not? Why you're not turning back? Even the Buddha still care behind, like those who left behind. Just like in the morning, the rector said that we are learning some new lesson because his title is looking back and looking forward. So we're going through looking back at IBSC, why we are able to continue provide education for 12 years in real, and one of the lessons that we have learned the beginning of the IBSC. Many of you, just like you are selling the coconut, is like some Thai tradition. Why? What is the beginning of IBSC? How it started? Is back 20 years ago. Sri Lanka is a country that many monks they can communicate English very well. They can teach the Dhamma and conduct the Dhamma teaching in English very excellent. And we was wondering that why a country where known for a Buddhist country, while except for the global citizen, and we were thinking like, what shall we have some holiday that we share with the world, and we would like to inviting all the Buddhist countries, and we have sent this request to the UN. Send a letter to the UN General Assembly, which have the members around 200 each country. Even a country they don't have Buddhist as their main religion, all the members they all agree that the Buddha is the role model of human beings because he is no god, no deva. He's the role model of a human when he born into this world and bring peace. So it's very good things to have a common holiday, which is on Vesak Day. We have all agreed with the UN General Assembly of the meeting that all the members, every country, all agreed to set up Vesak Day is the one of the most the important day globally, which they not only given to any, but they allow us. So it's a symbol that we all have the Vesak Day For some tradition, they have different day. Like for Japan, the Vesak is on the 8th April, but in the world, according to the UN, we have agreed that Vesak is the global holiday. Even in India, they also have the holiday on Vesak. Indian people, they have public holiday on Vesak Day, even before in the UN has agreed, because they consider Buddha as son. He is Indian. And for Thailand, we have agreed that Vesak is public holiday for many years. And after the UN have agreed to give importance on Vesak Day, and since the first day that we start to have the Vesak celebration, and Her Royal Princess, she also went to that meeting. Her Royal Highness Princess, she is the daughter of the present king. In that year, she was working in UN in New York. And Thailand, we have take consideration that we should have Vesak New Year, Vesak celebration, shall we? So Thailand will be the host in the name of Thailand, and has assigned MCU to host. Even this place is not established yet, so at that time we organize in Buddhamund. We started this place still under the construction back in 20 years ago, and other Buddhist leader from other countries. It's like starting since 2002. After they have all agreed, Buddhists, they have very open-minded. Even the Supreme Patriarch and all the Buddhist leaders from many other countries who come to join the Vesak celebration, we have all agreed that assign Thailand as the central Buddhist community, cannot believe that they have allowed Thailand to be the central, comparing with India or Sri Lanka. In other places, they have all the Buddha relics, and why all the Buddhists around the world has accept Thailand as a central Buddhist countries in order to provide facilities for people to join, and has set up the Buddha Monton, the Buddha province, located in Nakhon. But at that place, it is the government property, and there are many process and regulation is still not convenient enough. So in the next year, to make it more tangible, so they have assigned MCU to be the central of Buddhist studies globally, to be the central of International Buddhist Study. All Buddhist leaders have all agreed. And Venerable Brahma Pandit, a former vice rector, and it's not an easy thing. Don't overlook this step. Means that they believe in Thailand, that we are able, and we should honor that we receive select. And the Bangkok governors also at that time also invite Prabrahma Pandit why it's very important to open international Buddhist study in this place. And he also invite the Bangkok former governors, the former Bangkok governors, to give speech, and even the governor also agreed that we like Thailand to be the central Buddhist study, and we have agreed to sign a contract to give support around 2,000 million baht, and has approved by the government. If the prime minister may not agree, so we have at that time we have proposed to establish the International Buddhist Studies. For the property, we cannot to buy the property to use the funding from the government. So we have the devotees who donate the properties here. Just like in the morning when we admire the flag up, we have created some building for the first place because we don't believe that we will have this property after we are planning to open the Buddhist study International Buddhist Study College, which is the former vice, the former director was saying that if you cross into IBSC area, you cannot speak Thai language. So if you're entering in this place, you have to speak English. So I have to talk that it's how open-minded of the UN and all the Buddhist leader, how they have belief in Thailand to be the representative of all the Buddhists to provide education. And during at that time, even the Thai government also support, and we have to buy the property by the university, and one right is 1 million baht. And back even before the COVID, there were ways, and even before the first price that we bought is like 1 million baht each, but right now is like 7 to 10 million baht each, right? And he has taught in MCU for 27 years, so he has witnessed many things, and the lesson that he has learned is the vision of all the management, how we can support all the Buddhist believers around the world, how they has assigned MCU as the central of international Buddhist studies, and we have in this area is more beautiful, the buildings and the trees, the natures, even the dormitory may not completed yet. We're still under the construction of building for female dormitory, hoping that it will be completed in one year. But for male dormitory, So the two dormitory, they change it to the male dormitory, and they're planning to build a new female dormitory. And that before, they may not think that there will be many people will come to study here that much, but now there are many greater numbers of students who are interested to come to study here. And first thing first, I would like to compliment how everyone gives support. Without anyone's support, right? We cannot do this. Imagine if we buying the property here is 100 right, which is worth 100 million baht. So with all the support and all the Buddhist believers throughout the world have believed in this place. So with the buildings, we receive support from the government, but for the property, the university has to find the budgets by themselves. And another step is about the international views. And right now we have 7 programs or 8 programs. With the degree, 7 programs that provide the degrees, and 1 program is the certificate programs. It quite a lot. So within 12 years, you have done a good process. And Venerable Anon, you doing the Chinese program, right? How to identify the international step? We can looking back on past few years ago, where we have the outsider who evaluate our college. We will use the outsider to evaluate the programs. We normally do it every once in a year. And those who come to evaluate here, they say that it was surprise. I feel like coming to a foreign countries because I saw many students from different traditions wearing different robes. It's really in international steps. They cannot find from anywhere else to meet all the Venerable Master wearing different robes, where they can see it physically, and all the committee also give the scores. If they cannot see physically wearing different robes, it didn't consider as international steps. And there is one time in a year that the King Ramanai passed away. There are many government officers who come to ordain here and stay in this place. And right now is the Tipitaka library. And they ask, like, why don't you tell monk here, don't buying dinner? Are you eating dinner inside the dormitory? And he asks, like, really? What do you see? And he asks, like, you know what is their tradition, how they practice? I don't know, I just see them as monk. And he replied in this well, the belief, the practice, there is nothing that is the same. And this world is full of diversity. Since that Venerable Master Theravada tradition, you're counting on time, right? You're strict to the time, strict with the numbers. You cannot eat anything after noon. But the type of food, any people who eat meat means that they attempt parashika. I remember I had um when and eating with Chinese monk, and they able to eat because that tradition is not that strict. I have to apologize when I was a novice or a monk in Chiang Mai. In the evening, they also offer dinner, and we cannot refuse not to eat. They're shaking. They were asking like, why you're not accepting? You're looking down to the devotees. So in Chiang Mai is similar to Myanmar tradition. They have to eat dinner and with the monks. Moral, at moral discipline. The monks' precept is 227 precepts. Every precept, if we put it in the meeting, the Buddha will point out, what do you think? People, what do you think? You can take a look at Savatthi. Have you been there? The Sangha committee, where the Buddha delivered the Dhamma and assigned the precepts, and the Buddha will also ask, what do you think, bhikkhus, and what about the villagers think? The Buddha did not set up the Vinaya because of he would like to do, but he will ask others' opinion and what villagers think. Like during the rain practice, if they are able to walk and receive an alms or not. Just look at the rice field in India; it's just very wide. So if they are stepping on the farmers' crops, so every Vinaya, the Buddha also asks what the villagers think. So in that situation, we have to look at the situation. Why a Japanese monastic can have a family? Japanese people, they were smart, starting from the toothpick to the army ship. Thailand bought it from Japan, and Japanese respect monk who has family. Japanese people, they were smart, and he asks Japanese monk, would you like to come to visit Thailand? He was like, I can come to visit Thailand, but I cannot live there because in Thailand, monk cannot have family. And he asked, like, how did you know? He just joking around. So in this world, there are many differences. In Mahayana tradition, they stick to the type of food. They cannot eat animal meat or anything that they're not allowed. But in Theravada tradition, they strict by the time, which is completely different. And that governors, they understand the difference between Buddhist tradition. So wherever tradition that you're from, whenever you're buying stuff, you should take a look of the lay people if they understand your tradition or not. So a lesson that we learn in MCU. Maybe next year the director say to him that another day the police officers has invite monks who living outside dormitory and also report the university that why you allow monks to stay outside and create inappropriate manner in Thailand, inappropriate of the monks image in Thailand because in Thailand monks should stay in the temple, right? But here the facility, the dormitory is not enough. So they accept the number of students and the dormitory facility is not enough. Even though we receive support for food, lunch from King Rama 10 and the university. So in next year, we have to set up a specific number of students along with the dormitory facility, so we will not have any problems. Right now, there is a current situation that going on, and we are trying to solve these problems. And it happens with many programs. Maybe in IBSC, maybe not a lot. How how many students do you have? It's not 100 students, right? So it's not much problem comparing to another faculties. But we try to complete the female dormitory as much as we can, perhaps within a year, believe. So hoping it will be complete in October 2026. After he finished his talk, he will going to look at the construction work. He was study abroad in India and he's used to stay in dormitory. So understand how difficult it is not to have a place to live. Now, after we finish talking about looking back, now we're going to talk about looking forward. For International Buddhist Studies, I believe that you have complete the goal of the king who established this university in somewhat level, that he aiming to create a place to study Tipitaka. As we can see that we have Buddhist studies and we're doing pretty well, but in international Buddhist study, you are more ready more than any other faculties in university. You have enough buildings and facilities, all the trees. To see if facility is doing very excellent. And what about the option for the study program? Is it not much, not enough? When we are conduct the teaching, for example, the faculty of Buddhist study, we have the Pali course, the Sanskrit course, any classes that is related to Buddhist. For other faculties, they are study about Tipitaka and higher practice, higher studies. He has talked with students who has complete the Pali test, and he asked that monks, today you no need to answer me what is Nibbana. Is it ego or emptiness? Because it is widely debated topic in Thai society. Just open in Tipitaka first to use Pali to support. And you can reply to me, what is Nibbana? What is Nirvana? Was it ego or emptiness? As I mentioned about this, is that the programs that IBSC provided seems like, I have to apologize, I'm an outsider, seems like it's not an integration between Tipitaka and higher education, higher practice. In his belief, if IBSC has some integration program integrating Buddhists with another field, maybe there are more students who come to study. For example, like another faculties, the education, we have the Buddha management program. This or humanities, Buddhist psychology, even for society. Because if we teach like this and we conduct in English program, if we teaching in a way that Kirama 5 would like us to study Tipitaka in order to widely use, to be useful. But the thing is, we should be professional about Tipitaka. But if IBSC has more option to looking forward for international, the English program, even Thai people may be interested to learn. For Thai people point of view, they were thinking if they only focus on the Buddhist study, how can they apply the knowledge in their daily life only if they are a researcher. But if we have the English program, we have the Buddhist management, the Buddhist politics and Buddhist political science, and to do the integrating the Buddhist knowledge with another field. I believe that there would be not enough space because these days students who are looking to apply for university, they interested to study in international programs because right now even a temple school they also teaching English program. For example, Nairobi Temple, they also have English program. Even a temple school, they also have English program because there are many people who they started to interested. So if IBSC would like to open a new knowledge, a new field study, if you are able to create a staff who can integrate combining the education with a modern study, as his programs that he was responsible for has already managed for 20 years already. If you can provide the programs in English program, shall we try it? We should plan ahead of us. if we have all agreed signed MOU between the faculty of Buddhism and with the education and with humanities with a social side, if invite the professor from other faculties to teaching in IBSC to create a new knowledge here, maybe it may work well, or maybe all the Buddhist believers throughout the world may interested to study here because they can apply with their daily life is an option, and the Buddhist teaching is not left behind. As he opened the public administration, there are the lawyer, the number one committee, one of the lawyer interested to apply to his program. He would like to know how the Buddha is teaching. He did not want to know any more laws. He would like to know how the Buddha is talking about the management. That's why he studied here, even though he graduated from Thammasat University. Even though with his good education background, he was still wondering about how the Buddha or how the Buddhist is teaching in this field. Just like there are some people who would like to come to study in English program, but with the knowledge that integrating between Buddhist knowledge and another field. And next, and the certificate programs is very few comparing to another faculties. The college is even bigger than another faculty. With his faculty, he has certificate programs around 5 to 10 programs. He's from the humanity class. He has launched a new programs. He has the Buddhist arts and something about the fortune teller. The So, as I have suggested you that even other faculties, they're not only focused on the education programs, they're focusing on the certificate programs. And we also provide the online course, not only focus on the on-site course that we can study from online course, and I believe that is the new way of the study to use technology to provide support. Why do we have to only come to study in MCU only, where we can have interaction between course? Even you living in Korea can study. You living in the US, you can study. Even you are in Taiwan, you can study. If you have provide a good education support, you can have many good students. As he is the committee of the Dhamma programs. And the Dhamma they also open for the lay people, not only have only monks. In Buddhism, we have Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, laymen and laywomen. Laymen and laywomen can also help monks to taking care of our religion. And they have launched a new Dhammajuta program teaching for lay people. They opened in the US and Hong Kong, where lay people can spreading Buddhism among with the monk. And MCU and so like it's not only the monk's job to spreading Buddhist teaching, but lay people can also help. The Dhamma Tuta, they also have the Dhamma Tuta program for lay people. So this is just an example that we should not attach to the same old frame. Just take consideration that the certificate program is very few, program is very less. What about the meditation program? You can teach in Thai, and we have the translator who translate in Chinese, Mandarin, English program. So as you have done the BA or MA, PhD program, and have more like certificate programs. And another thing is, he just came back. He came back from the US 3 to 4 months ago. He went to the university where it's located in LA. Now it has changed the name to the University of the West. And he has a chance to meet the director, and she just traveled to sign an MOU. And she asked, as we have a good relationship, personally, he has a chance to listen to the Dharma of Venerable Shin in Taiwan when he was still alive. We offering some honorary program that is one of the biggest foundation known as Fogongshan. Is very well organized. The way that they eat, the way that they walk, the way that they lay the shoes. Just take a look at Fogongshan Foundation when Master Xing is still alive. In Thailand is Venerable Longpornanta. What an honor I have a chance to listen to Master Xing, to listen from one of the great master. I feel very fulfilled after listening to his Dhamma, the way that he thinks, the way that he works, the way that he manages. And I believe that in the education program, it may take a long time. So I would like to suggest you to do the certificate programs. And now they're very widely open. I just give you an example, even the Buddhist art or the Buddhist predictions, something about the fortune teller certificate programs. They also support, and the Buddha agriculture programs we already have created in Nan province. Just do some certificates that the world will be amazed, the world will be surprised. Try to think outside the box. When I mentioned about the University of the West, I went with the monks. I went to the US in California. when we share our opinion, just send monks to stay US. I asked monks who live in the US and asked Thai monks who is the airport if MCU would like to send monks or like people to study in University of the West for 6 months or a year. And the director, she just welcome. She just like afraid that we will not go there. The Thai airports in the US, they were welcome. Monks who going to do that jobs, they have to pass the training in here, and they would like to provide us support because we have never request help from them. If we have sent our members to the University of the West or anyone who is MCU student can also go, whether it's monastic person or uh, lay, lay people, or can we do the dual degree, like receive the degree from MCU and University of the West? And the director of University of the West has also invited us, including all the Thai temple in the US, also would like to support this. They would like MCU to make things more tangible, to sign MOU with the monks in the US. And they were planning to build the monks committee in this building. We're going to do globally. We are expanding, and our students, they have graduated, whether they have knowledge in English background, as we have provided support for South Korean, Hong Kong, the Supreme Patriarch in Hong Kong also invite him, or in Taiwan, or in Italy, or in Sri Lanka. They also have open English program in Hong Kong. They also open in Mandarin, and in Hungary open in English program. In South Korea they open in Korean language. If we have sent our student to exchange to do the exchange program, they're willing to accept us because we never taking advantage. We only teach, like send whatever to teach Vipassana meditation, and they also request that why don't we send the student to study to do the exchange program there. So what if we do the student exchange program between another university? We have many variety of way to working collaborating with another university, and I believe that if IBSC would like to work with him to provide another programs, just so in order to provide a broader knowledge comparing to another faculties. Maybe you don't have that much certificate programs. Maybe it's the limitation of the number of students or the members. And for university, would like to provide support with the buildings, dormitory facilities, because we have received an honor support from the Buddhist believers throughout the world to allow MCU to be the central Buddhist education center. So we would do our best. So even the UN, they have talked about leave no one behind. Because we're not going to leave no one behind, and this is our goal to develop human. Is one of the SDG goals. Is starting with human to develop human. If humans still not develop, other things can be difficult to develop. So I would like to give IBSC that we are looking forward with hope, and when we're looking back, we feel proud. Throughout 12 years, we just feeling proud, even though we may have 300 each student. But I would like to tell the director of IBSC, this road is wrong. To produce human, produce people, it's gonna be a long path. If you walk by yourself, it can walk fast. But if you walk for a long distance, we have to walk together. And with MCU organization, we have many resources. If we can work together, IBSC can work stable and can reach our destination. I would like to thank you with everyone. Đấy. เสร็จแล้วใช่ไหมคะใครเข้ารับก่อนมันไม่โฟกัสนะกล้องพิธีกรโฟกัสดอกไม้เนี่ยโฟกัสพิธีกรได้ไหมโฟกัสด้วยกล้องพิธีกรนะขอบคุณครับNow we will have a group photo once again. อาจารย์กีมาหลังเลยเมื่อกี้เราไม่ได้ถ่ายรูปหาปัญญาเลยถ่ายภาพร่วมกันครั้งจับจมูกเลย4 โมงครึ่งตายเลยพ่อเราจะรับสอนก็อย่างเช่นทางที่ชุดทำงานได้ปลาอันพอนะครับที่หมดแล้วก็เชิญมาเชิญสนับแบนไปเลยโอเคสนับแบนเลยงั้นท่านครับได้รับเลยหมู่ร่วมกันรอบครั้งหนึ่งจะรับวันไหนเอาแบนเลยแบนเลยอาจารย์สุรพลเหรอเจองานเขาตัวงานสิด้วยรวมอาจารย์สุรพลเนี่ยก็วิทยาลัยวิทยาศาสตร์นานาชาติเดี๋ยวหน้ากินเขาพวกบาดตายนะไปเข้าอาจารย์บางอย่างอีกที่เข้าอาจารย์ที่เกิดขึ้นมาและอยาก
เดี๋ยวไปกล้องบรรยายนะกล้องบรรยายยันทีไล่แพนเลยยันทีเนี่ยต้องถามพี่ชันนะ1 2 3ไปหายตัวหนึ่งข้างหลังหายนะจ๊ะหลังแทงสวยงามยันทีไปให้สุดนะโอเคเข้าไปเนื้อช้าอีกรอบนึง1 2 3ไปช้ามุนนั่งรีบได้ไงหลวงพ่อลุกแล้วรีบไม่ลุกเรียบร้อยครับเรียบร้อยเข้าแบนเนอร์ครับเรียบร้อยครับผม
two big sponsors
เป็นนั่งลง
practice of
แบนเนอร์ครับแบนเนอร์
Once again, I would like to deliver a special lecture today. So now we have one more activity.
เราลองแผนใช่ไหม
Waiting for our chairperson for the closing ceremony.
เดี๋ยวหลวงตาจะบรรยายนะครับ
Most of the
เซ็ตกล้องให้พร้อมนะคุณภาษาใช่ไหมคุณภาษาแล้วครับ
เจ้าคุณประสานมาครับ
also the president
คุณภาษามันบอกอ๋อใส่โปสเตอร์เป็นแบนเนอร์ครับแบนเนอร์
honorary award offering ceremony to our alumni and also outstanding
ถูกครับผมเดี๋ยวจะปัญญาว่าเขาล้อลงตาเลยเดี๋ยวเอากล้องจันจี้เขาอยู่มีอยู่นี่เลย
ก็เป็นเรื่องที่ตามจังหวะครบรอบ
ที่วัดชีระวันดี
มอบโลกทุกคนให้ความ
ข้างบนได้ อันนี้ไม่เห็นได้ยินอ่ะ
ไม่ได้ยินหรอจ๊ะ
มันเป็นไมค์ที่ไปจ่อที่ห้องโน้นท่านปิดอันนู้นใช่ไหม
ต้องถาม
ใช่เมื่อกี้ยังได้ยินอยู่
โลกรางวัลต่างๆให้กับลูกศิษย์ของ IBSC ทั้งปัจจุบันและ
พี่กรณ์นะพี่กรณ์ว่าไทยหลุดลงตากันเด้ออย่าลืมดีกว่าผ่าน
ความเป็นมาของ IBSC ที่เราเรียกว่าสัญชาติ
ได้ที่ไปไหนมา
หลายก่อนชอบ
แต่ไม่เขียนชื่อผู้ใช้อีกนะ
ผู้นำ
ได้ยินแล้ว
ที่จะพัฒนามหาวิทยาลัยมหาจุฬาลงกรณราชวิทยาลัยสู่เวทีนานาชาตินะครับโดยการตั้งของ IBSC นะครับแล้วก็พูดถึงอนาคตว่า IBSC สามารถเดินทางไปได้ในทิศทางไหนโดยที่ได้รับคำแนะนำจากท่านอาจารย์รองศาสตราจารย์ดร.สุรพล สุยพรหมนะครับรองอธิการบดีฝ่ายกิจการทั่วไปนะครับมีอีกหลายๆหลักสูตรนะครับหลายๆเรื่องที่ IBSC สามารถต่อยอดพัฒนาได้ในอนาคตนะครับ as we heard a special lecture from Associate Professor Dr. Surapon Suyaprom just mentioned, even though it was in Thai, I think our translator Machi, Sister Machi, is translating in English so that everyone can understand what he's trying to express from his talk. นะครับ please stand up นะครับขอเรียนเชิญทุกท่านได้ลุกขึ้นยืนถวายการต้อนรับนะครับท่านเจ้าคุณพระคุณท่านเจ้าคุณพระเทพวชรสารบัณฑิตนะครับ ครับ so right now the arrival of most venerable Associate Professor Dr. Prathep Vajra Sarabandit, Vice Rector for Planning and Development, and also the Committee President of IBSC Board is already here. Please take a seat now. ในขณะนี้พระเดชพระคุณท่านเจ้าคุณอาจารย์พระเทพวชรสารบัณฑิตรองศาสตราจารย์ดรรองอธิการบดีฝ่ายวางแผนและพัฒนามจร.และก็ประธานกรรมการบอร์ดของ IBSC ก็เดินทางมาถึงแล้วนะครับก็เพื่อไม่ให้เป็นการเสียเวลาขอเข้าสู่พิธีการต่อไปเลยนะครับต่อไปลำดับต่อไปขอกราบพระรัตนาพระอาจารย์พระมหานันตกรปิยพานีนะครับผู้ช่วยศาสตราจารย์ดรรองผู้อำนวยการฝ่ายวิชาการวิทยาลัยพุทธศาสตร์นานาชาติได้ถวายรายงานความเป็นมาแล้วก็การจัดกิจกรรมในครั้งวันนี้ให้กับท่านประธานในพิธีนะครับขอกราบเรียนครับ
กราบเรียนพระเดชพระคุณรองศาสตราจารย์ดร.พระเทพวชรสารบัณฑิตรองอธิการบดีฝ่ายวางแผนและพัฒนามหาวิทยาลัยมหาจุฬาลงกรณราชวิทยาลัยด้วยความเคารพอย่างสูงยิ่งกล่าวผู้ช่วยศาสตราจารย์ดร.พระมหานันทกรปิยพานีรองผู้อำนวยการวิทยาลัยพุทธศาสตร์นานาชาติฝ่ายวิชาการพร้อมทั้งผู้บริหารคณาจารย์เจ้าหน้าที่และนิสิตมีความปิติยินดีอย่างยิ่งที่พระเดชพระคุณได้มาเป็นประธานในพิธีปิดวันครบรอบวัน
Professor Dr. Pramahanandakon Piyapani, we are arranged this 12th anniversary of IBSC to be reported to you. IBSC was established in 21st October in 2018. The objective of the arranged for this anniversaries to express for gratitude to the founder of IBSC, the second to extract all of the accomplishment of 12 years to arrange for the next plan, to the third to assembly the unity of personnel of IBSC, the fourth, and to express the International Buddhist activity. The morning session, the personnel of IBSC staff pay respect to Buddha Sothon at the Mawakor Auditorium. Then pay respect to the statue of King Rama V. At 8 o'clock, changing the new flags, Thai national flags, Buddhist flag, and MCU flags. 9 o'clock, the ritual for paying merits to the triple shame and the Buddhist activity for auspicious day. The rector of MCU giving the document for appointment to the administrator of MCU and giving the lecture speech. Then the Buddhist monk assembly giving praying for the ceremony. After that, all of the guests, the delegates, venerables joining the lunch. At the afternoon session, the afternoon session, Prat Prom Vachara Vimun Muni, Associate Professor Doctor, giving a talk in promoting Vipassana meditation. After that, the special lecture on International Buddhist Studies College, looking back and looking forward by Associate Professor Dr. Surapon Surayapom. Dr. Surapon Suyapom. Now, please be asked to please be asked, Most Venerable Pratev Vachara Sara Bandit, Associate Professor Doctor, to give the award and the honorary shield to the person who got awarded. Dr. Suvara Nagyot, Vice Director of Administrator of IBSC, will report the
กราบถวายความเคารพพระเดชพระคุณรองศาสตราจารย์ดร.พระเทพวชรสารบัณฑิตรองอธิการบดีฝ่ายวางแผนและพัฒนามหาวิทยาลัยมหาจุฬาลงกรณราชวิทยาลัยที่เคารพอย่างสูงยิ่งดิฉันดร.สุวรานาคยศรองผู้อำนวยการวิทยาลัยพุทธศาสตร์นานาชาติฝ่ายบริหารกราบ
My name is Dr. Suwara Nagyot, Vice Director of and Administrator of IBSC. Is reporting the recipients list of the honorary shield.
แบบลูกตอนนี้พอช้างมันชาการดีนะวันนี้แบบหมดไอ้โบ้เนี่ยเลยยุ่งก็ได้เห็นว่าแห้งแบบแห้งไม่หรอกแค่นั้นแหละต้องมีไว้
เปลี่ยนมุม
เอาไว้ทั้งหันแหละจะเล่นกันเดียวทางโน้นทางโน้นผู้ช่วยศาสตราจารย์ดุษฎีคณะบริหารไปกันเยอะต่อกัน
ดุนหน้าอันนี้ใครตัดนะตัดมุมกล้องตัดไปตัดมาเอาคนนี้เอาไปตั้งในห้องนู้นผมจะได้ยินเสียงให้ท่านสักจิตไม่ใช่ภาษาไทยนั่นไอ้เสียงจากในห้องโน้นน่ะไม่งั้นผมจะไม่ได้ยิน
ศูนย์ต่อสู้ป้องกันภัยทางอากาศกองทัพบกที่ 1ประจำพื้นที่ภาคกลางสปพอทบ1ควรมิควรแล้วแต่จะเมตตาขอบพระคุณเจ้าค่ะ
ขอแสดงความเคารพท่านพระธรรมอาจารย์สินติงพระเดชคุณท่านคุณพระภาวนาวชิรสุนทรท่านอาจารย์พระครูสมุวชิรวิทย์ทิตวังโสผู้อำนวยการสถาบัน IBSC
สุนทรพระครูสมุวชิรวิทย์ administrators the supporters venerables and all dear lay personals on behalf of พระพรหมวชิรธีราจารย์ Professor Dr. Rector of IBSC admires to the success of IBSC. We may compare 12 years old, it's like a young person, but if we compare to the Vatsa as a monk, as we are kind of long journey, IBSC starting since the supporter donating the land for 84 rice until gets much more area or land nearby. Director of MCU Praprama Bandita, Director of MCU at that time, and Director of MCU at present. At the time, he was the Vice Director. The former leader Praprama Bandita mentioned that the new land will be the international school. The land of the right side of MCU shall be the land for studying in international school. It's like to cover all Buddhist tradition, Theravada, and Mahayana. It's like a airplane should be completed by two wings. The aim of IBSC to be the position of the center of Buddhist studies for the world. So Praprama Pandit said that in this area we may create the fence for the international area. If someone cannot speak English well, they will not allow to enter to the international area. This morning I got invited to give a speech for the press. I mentioned the story since the Buddha got enlightenment. The story is about some of the monk request the Buddha to pass away, but the Buddha said it's not a time to pass away as long as the Buddha's teachings or Buddhist studies not completed to all people. So this vision of MCU also coherent to the Buddha and also the founder of the university, King Rama V, who established this university. For International Buddhist Studies College should be asked to develop firstly English program, and after that other languages should be create the new program for Buddhist studies as well. The next mission should be how to protect the Buddhism to be secured. The security of Buddhism means the security of people and also reflect to the peace for the world. Nowadays, so many conflicts in many areas like in the Middle East, even Europe. They use the word war. In Champu Tuwipa or it's like South Asia also have a conflict. Seriously. Many people worried about creating as the big war. Everything that happened like this, as also mentioned as the Buddha in Atitta Pariyaya Sutta. The Buddha mentioned about the heat is not coming from outside actually, but actually the heat or the fire is inside from kilesa, lopa, tosa, and moha. This is to respond to the purpose of the Buddha to reduce, to distinguish the fire. It is expected that Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Samanera, Ubasaka, Ubasika come to learn Buddhist studies in English program or international program. IBSC shall open the door, the gate to bring people to study. This is also depending on our mind, how we open widely to bring them to study here. I believe that this is the Buddhist university, the biggest Buddhist university, which is provide not only Thai program but also English program and other languages as well. This gate will be small or enormous. Now MCU is ready to open. Since the IBSC working so hard, the previous director, he worked so hard. The new team, new administrator of MCU should be continue and work hard as well. And IBSC shall be distinguished to Asia, South Asia, and other areas. This will be big challenge to IBSC, especially in materialism, artificial intelligence, AI coming. So we have to adjust it for the new technology as well. These shall be get in line with the purpose of Prapama Bandita, the former rector of MCU, and Praprom Vachiratirachar, professor, doctor, who is a present rector of MCU. Now the new administrative of IBSC will carry out IBSC to go forward. May the virtue of the triple gem to bring the good wish for all of you. The virtues of the Buddha lyrics established at the Tipitaka Hall at MCU the Buddha image Buddha Sothara in Mowalk main auditorium of MCU. All the virtues, all of our high executive administrators, and all of you be best wish and plenty of the good words, good things, your age, your physical, your health to be strong and happy for a long time.
รองศาสตราจารย์ดร.รองอธิการบดีฝ่ายวางแผนและพัฒนาที่เมตตาเดินทางเป็นประธานในพิธีปิดนะครับลำดับต่อไปขอเรียนเชิญเจริญพรท่านอาจารย์ผู้ช่วยศาสตราจารย์ดร.บุญมีพรรษาผู้ช่วยอธิการบดีฝ่ายกิจการฝ่ายต่างประเทศได้เป็นผู้แทนในการถวายเครื่องไทยธรรมแด่ท่านประธานในพิธีนะครับขอเรียนเชิญครับ So on behalf of the director of IBSC, all the executive members, lecturers and staff, I would like to take this opportunity to respectfully thanks to Most Venerable Associate Professor Dr. Prathep Vacharasara Pandit, Vice Rector for Planning and Development of Mahachulalongkornrajavidyalaya University to preside over the closing ceremony. And
ลำดับต่อไปผมนายวุฒิเมธวังคำรักษาการผู้อำนวยการสำนักงานวิทยาลัยขอเป็นตัวแทนวิทยาลัยพุทธศาสตร์นานาชาติได้เรียนเชิญธรรมคีตะบรรเลงเพื่อฉลองอายุวัฒนมงคลของอาจารย์เจ้าคุณรองแผนซึ่งวันนี้ได้เดินทางมาปิดงานขอเรียนเชิญครับท่านอาจารย์รองบริหารท่านจัดธรรมคีตะถวายพระอาจารย์เจ้าคุณครับเป็นธรรมะ
For happy birthday to the พระราชพระเทพวชิรสารบัณฑิต who as his anniversary is on his birthday.
ลำดับต่อไปขอกราบอาราธนานิมนต์พระอาจารย์พระครูสมุทรวชิรวิทย์ทิตะวังโสได้กล่าวอวยพรอายุวัฒนมงคลอาจารย์เจ้าคุณ
ถวายความเคารพพระเดชพระคุณรองศาสตราจารย์ดร.ประเทศวชิรสารบดิษฐ์ที่เคารพอย่างสูงครับกล่าวกับผมในนามผู้บริหารคณาจารย์มีรองบริหารรองวิชาการแล้วก็ผอ.หลักสูตรตลอดจนพี่น้องสาธมิกทุกรูปนะครับกล่าวกับผมรู้สึกอบอุ่นและก็มีความสุขอย่างยิ่งย้อนไปเมื่อ15ตุลาคมที่ผ่านมาเป็นวันอายุทนมงคลของพระเดชพระคุณจากเสียงดนตรีเมื่อสักครู่ขอให้เดินเคียงคู่หลักธรรมแล้วก็น้อมนำให้เดชพระคุณมีสุขภาพที่แข็งแรงครับและแข็งแรงตลอดไปเป็นร่มโพใบใหญ่เป็นร่มใสใบหนาของลูกศิษย์ลูกหาทุกคนในมหาจุฬาลงกรณ์แล้วก็เป็นมิ่งขวัญตลอดปีตลอดไปสุขภาพแข็งแรงตลอดครับพระเดชพระคุณครับครับ
ขอกราบอาราธนานิมนต์พระอาจารย์ผู้อำนวยการวิทยาลัยพุทธศาสนาชาติได้ถวายเครื่องสักการะเครื่องถวายพระอาจารย์เจ้าคุณนะครับเรียนเชิญนิมนต์ครับนิมนต์ครับแล้วลำดับต่อไปก็กราบอาราธนานิมนต์พระอาจารย์มหานันทกรอันนี้ได้ถวายกระเช้าผลไม้ครับและระดับสุดท้ายนะครับเรียนเชิญอาจารย์สุวรานาคยศถวายพวงมาลัยนะครับเมื่อกี้นี้ท่านอาจารย์รองบริหารจากสุวราท่านบอกอยากจะอวยพรอันนี้ผมต้องขอเรียนเชิญท่านอาจารย์อวยพรสักนิดนึงครับ
กราบพระเดชพระคุณทุกรูปท่านอาจารย์นะคะเนื่องด้วยวันนี้เป็นวันดี12ปีสถาปนาของ IBSC นะคะก็ต้องกราบขอบพระคุณพระเดชพระคุณทุกรูปพระอาจารย์แล้วก็ครูบาอาจารย์ทุกท่านนะคะในวันนี้นะคะสิ่งใดต่างๆที่ได้ร่วมจัดงานกันถ้าเกิดว่ามีสิ่งใดที่ผิดพลาดตกหล่นทางทีมงานของ IBSC ก็ขออภัยแล้วก็ยินดีที่จะได้รับคำแนะนำและติชมนะคะสุดท้ายแล้วก็เนื่องในอายุวัฒนมงคลพระเดชพระคุณก็น่าจะประมาณสัก28เจ้าค่ะเจ้าค่ะค่ะอายุจริงเจ้าค่ะก็ในนามของผู้บริหาร IBSC แล้วก็นิสิตทุกรูปทุกท่านนะคะขอปรารถนาดีส่งความปรารถนาดีให้พระเดชพระคุณมีสุขภาพแข็งแรงเข้มแข็งในสภาวะที่สถานการณ์ของผ้าเหลืองเป็นแบบนี้แต่ว่ามจร.จะยืนหยัดอยู่ตรงนี้และเจ้าหน้าที่ คณาจารย์บุคลากรทุกท่านจะโอบล้อมครูบาอาจารย์พระสงฆ์ทุกรูปเจ้าค่ะด้วยคำสัญญาเจ้าค่ะและพร้อมกันนี้ก็กราบขอบพระคุณพระเดชพระคุณทุกรูปทุกท่านที่ได้มาร่วมงานนะคะดิฉันพูดไม่เก่งนะคะแต่เต้นโอเคนะคะสาธุเจ้าค่ะ
ครับขอบคุณท่านอาจารย์ดร.สุวรานาคยศนะครับแล้วก็กราบขอบพระคุณพระเดชพระคุณท่านเจ้าคุณอาจารย์พระเทพวชิรสารบัณฑิตรองศาสตราจารย์ดร.รองอธิการบดีฝ่ายวางแผนและพัฒนาที่เมตตามาเป็นประธานพร้อมกับแขกผู้มีเกียรติทุกท่านนะครับลำดับต่อไปจะเป็นการถ่ายรูปหมู่ร่วมกันขอกราบอาราธนาคณะผู้บริหารทุกท่านนะครับพร้อมกับผู้ที่ได้รับโล่รางวัลเมื่อสักครู่นี้นะครับขอเชิญได้ถ่ายรูปหมู่ร่วมกันกับท่านประธานในพิธีนะครับขอกราบนิมนต์พระเดชพระคุณหลวงพ่อธรรมอาจารย์สิ้นติ่งนะครับท่านเจ้าคุณอาจารย์พระภาวนาวชิรสุนทรวิหลวงพ่อกิติเชษฐ์นะครับท่านคณบดีท่านผู้อำนวยการวิทยาลัยพุทธศาสตร์นานาชาตินะครับอาจารย์พระครูสมบูรณ์วชิรพิษอาจารย์คณบดีคณะครุศาสตร์นะครับอาจารย์เจ้าคุณพระศรีวชรสารบัณฑิตนะครับแล้วก็คณะผู้บริหารทั้งฝ่ายบรรพชิตและคฤหัสถ์ทุกท่านได้ถ่ายรูปหมู่ร่วมกันนะครับเดี๋ยวรูปจะถ่ายไปด้านหน้านี้นะครับถ่ายไปข้างบนนะครับให้ทุกท่านได้ถือโล่ของตัวเองไว้นะครับให้เห็นโล่โล่ของหลวงพ่อสิ้นติ่งนะครับขอความอนุเคราะห์ให้ผู้ที่ได้รับโล่นะครับมาด้านหน้านะครับด้านหน้าคุกเข่านั่งด้านหน้านะครับจะได้เห็นภาพที่สวยงามนะครับเรียนเชิญเจริญพรนะครับนิมนต์นะครับfor those who have just received the honorary award you can ได้ให้ด้านซ้ายที่สุดนะครับขยับมาตรงกลางหน่อยนะครับทุกท่านนะครับเนื่องจากว่ากล้องถ่ายภาพเก็บไม่หมดนะครับฝั่งขวาด้วยนะครับ Venerable can you please move inside the camera cannot cover all space so I kindly request you to please move in the middle side นะครับส่วนท่านที่ได้รับโล่รางวัลกับประกาศเกียรติคุณนะครับก็ขอเรียนเชิญเจริญพรนะครับให้มานั่งด้านหน้าท่านประธานในพิธีกับคณะผู้บริหารเพื่อจะได้เก็บภาพถ่ายที่สวยงามนะครับอาจารย์เชิญครับอาจารย์โจนะครับเชิญเข้ามาข้างในนะครับให้สควีซเข้ามานิดหนึ่งนะครับโอเคนะครับสวยงามครับผมนะครับก็ขอแสดงความยินดีกับท่านที่ได้รับโล่รางวัลศิษย์เก่าดีเด่นนะครับกับทุกท่านนะครับ so I would also like to congratulate to all the alumni students who received the honorary award todayกับรัตนาพระเดชพระคุณได้กราบลารัตนตรัยพร้อมกันนะครับ
อะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธภควาพุทธังภควันตังอภิวาเทมิสวากขาโตภควตาธัมโมธัมมังนัมมัสสามิสุปฏิปันโนภควโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนะมามิ
ครับก็ขอกราบขอบพระคุณพระเดชพระคุณครับ